Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back. And, you know, the question in the title is something that's been really swirling around my head for quite a while now, in these, especially this last month or so. And obviously, that question is, well, what if COD dies? What will I play next? What will I do? Because as of recently, as of for a few years now, I've been playing nothing but multiplayer games, mainly first-person shooters and mainly Call of Duty, for like at least the last four, maybe going on 5 years now or whatnot. And single-player games rarely do it for me anymore. They just really don't. I mean, no, very few, and even then, it doesn't give me that same feeling that first-person shooters do. And the reality is that basically, uh, we have to face the possibility that Call of Duty won't be the same anymore. I mean, granted, it's changed a lot already. Some iterations are better, some iterations are worse. It depends on everybody's natural flavor. But I mean, there's who knows? Maybe in the near future, Call of Duty might not even be the same game anymore. It might be they might change the pace to where it's like a slower paced game, like a battle royale type of game, like PUBG. At least some rumors are saying that they're gonna have that as a game mode in replacement to zombies, but I personally think that it might even be a full replacement to the game in general. It might not even be the same anymore. Because let's face it, as far as the first-person shooter is concerned, the way the game is now, they can only take it. How many more directions can they go to give us something new and fresh without crazily repeating themselves? Now, I like the fact that Call of Duty is Call of Duty and that it has its own flavor, and I love it. But the thing is, not everybody has the same opinion. It's all about the majority because, well, the more people buy your game, the more money you're able to make and profit off of it. And this is how companies think like this. This is how publishers think, and that's how it works. And that's how developers keep their jobs, etc., etc., etc. And the possibility is that Call of Duty might not even be the same anymore after an X amount of years. You just never know. And on top of that, even if it does stay the same, what if they just keep on making it to where the game becomes more frustrating to play than it is fun? Because ultimately, the main reason you want to play a game in the first place is fun, right? I mean, sometimes I feel bad for professional players that have to play a game that, for instance, comes out every year, or let's say different games that come out, like, let's say every 3 years, or somewhere around that timetable. And, when pros say that some past iterations are better than the new ones, I really feel for them. And because they do it for a living and they have to play and grind a game that they may not always want to grind and play because they may not like the game. I heard this especially a lot from the community for Halo 5 in some instances. A lot of people dislike Halo 5, and we're not just talking about casual players either. We're talking about some professionals as well. But anyway, with that being said, it's all about the fun factor. And what if the fun factor were to disappear? Because that's what Call of Duty dying means to me. It means that the fun factor is no longer there and the game is not as good as it once was due to a variety of different factors that I'm sure everybody that's listening to this video knows what I'm talking about. And the thing is, if COD dies, what will I do next? What will I play next? Well, there's two direct answers, right? Now, as you guys can see from my gameplay, or for any gameplays that you've seen, whether it's on stream or whether it's on any video that I post here, I like to rush like crazy. I'm not a reserve player. I really don't like to stop moving. In some ways it's a strength, in some ways it's a weakness, but it's the way I like to play games. It's the way I like to play my first-person shooter games. I've always been that way since I started, actually, which was in 2003, I believe, with the original Halo on the original Xbox. And the thing is, if Call of Duty dies, I would do one of two things, as I said. Choice number one would be, well, I'm planning on getting an Xbox One X as of right now. If there's anything going to be drastically changed with Call of Duty, I don't think it's going to happen anytime between the next 2 to 3 years, give or take. It really just depends. I mean, it could happen faster than what I think, or it might happen later. It might not happen at all. They might just keep on rinsing and repeating to the point to where the game gets frustrated, or they might just make a whole bunch of new titles. You just never know. I mean, life is full of surprises, right? But sometimes you just got to think a little bit, right? So, I'm planning on getting on Xbox One X sometime next year. Okay, so there might be, right now there's a couple games that I've always been interested in and that I am interested in, simply because of the fact that ever since I laid eyes on them later on after I started playing console, I always kind of wish that I played these games, but I couldn't play them. And why is that? Because I was never a PC player. I didn't know about it, and I was too busy with console and I just never really had the opportunity to get into PC gaming because there was money involved because PCs are more expensive than consoles. And I was just not used to the mouse and keyboard and so many other different factors. Plus, back then, I was also a casual gamer. I mean, well, still am casual, but back then, I used to play a lot of single-player games as well. And so did my friends, and etc. So the times are different now, a little bit. So I would either pick up Unreal Tournament on Xbox One X if it gets released on that console, along with Quake Champions, and play it on Xbox One X if it's capable of doing so. Or I might just scrap console gaming altogether and invest in a PC and basically play those games on console. Because those are the kind of games that I really, really like. If you guys have seen recent footage of the new Unreal Tournament game, or like, let's say, like Quake Champions or whatnot, I mean, it's a rusher's game, that's for sure. And its offense is also its defense in terms of how fast you move. And it's something that's definitely up my alley and something that I absolutely love. And I definitely wouldn't mind going through the transition. And the other question is, well, if that does happen, what'll happen to the channel? So, and the thing is, I would probably be posting content from that on the channel because, again, there's only so much time that I can keep on posting old Call of Duties. You know, even that will get stale after a while. So, but yeah, that's something that I wanted to discuss, and it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. And I personally think that the community as well, especially people that are a lot like me, to where the vast majority of everything they play is pretty much Call of Duty as of now. You know, we got to ask ourselves that question, and we got to be a little bit realistic. And you know, if COD makes a turn for the worse, and if it keeps getting worse, or if things change to the point that it's not our flavor, what are we gonna play? So that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background and the commentary. Let me know down in the comments section what you guys think. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.